Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Madmen with the Box Live. It's another midnight premiere. Hi, I'm Pixel. Joining me today is Joe of the Corallos.
It's true. I'm here. I'm Joe.
Yeah, you are. How'd you know?
That's what they tell me.
There we go. We're here today to talk about, well, our topic. We already revealed it last week. The best season of Doctor Who. We might have a couple people. No, we might have animated concepts join us later. Gevain might pop in. I don't know, though. Yeah. He hasn't seen the message. Landry is at San Diego Comic-Con. And we have Chris away at a work function. So it might just be the two of us. But we can make it if we try.
That's okay. Is there any news at all this week? Anything?
No. So here's the thing. Apparently Russell T Davies went on BBC Radio and confirmed that somebody from EastEnders is not the next Doctor.
Cool.
I don't know the guy's name even. Like, I saw Chloe talking about it online. What was it? She was joking like, "Oh yeah, this should definitely be the thing." But no, we have nothing. We're starving. Hi. Starving. No. I suppose we didn't talk about this last week, did we? 17. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we did. There's 2 new thrilling audio adventures coming out. But there is a cover reveal.
Ooh.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull it on up. We can just look at the master real fast. I don't want to sneeze, but it's going to happen. I'm trying to fight it, but
we'll get through those.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I'm having doubts now. There we go.
I'm feeling confident, but I'm also not the one who has to sneeze, so.
I don't know if you listened to the first one. It was very entertaining. Very entertaining. So it's interesting and exciting to see what might come next.
Nice.
I still need to listen to this last week. The second Fugitive Doctor Adventures released. Starting the first story. So far, very interesting. The Doctor in World War II again. Just keeps going back. That's about it.
Great.
That's the news. That's okay. We can talk about our topic.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and mention the only person that we know answers for. Not here, but and that is Chris. He has sent. We'll go with his honorable mention first, which is season 26. He didn't give me any notes. He just gave me a number.
Well, I think he just did that because you hate Survival so much.
I do hate Survival a lot.
So I think that's probably why he had to throw in that as an honorable mention. So
you're blaming me?
I'm saying, I mean, I feel like a lot of people would put 26 as an honorable mention best season. I just, from Whovians who are out there of a certain age, I feel like that's a common one.
Oh, well, we should, I know we're a Doctor Who channel, but we should address, you have a Kickstarter that just launched?
I do. I guess that's news. Yeah.
It's personal news. It's Madmen news.
Yeah, it's personal news. Yeah, it's for a comic book one shot I'm doing with Chase Bluestone, who is also in the chat. It's a comic book one shot, 24 pages. You know, we're looking for like $3,500, and we launched like yesterday morning, and we're already like a little over halfway there. So, you know, hey, you know.
It's true. I am. Does do they speak exactly like you? Because I can read that in your voice. It's true.
It's true.
Come here.
You spend too much time with me, I think, is the problem.
Wow. But it's good. What's the name of it, dude? Tell us a little bit more.
It is called Sink to the Top. It is a 70s period piece. It's a queer thriller. It's about a male escort who gets a gig with a wealthy client. He had previously had a gig like that in the past year or so. Didn't go very well for him. He thinks he's learned since then, and nothing he could have possibly prepared for gets him ready for the thrilling and sort of horrible situation he finds himself in. So,
all right, well,
yeah,
go ahead and check that out. If I could post the link, I mean, I could if I try to find it. Somebody send it.
Yeah, I can send it in the chat.
Send it to me, and I'll post it. That's fine. We had 6 people watching, so go ahead.
Yeah, there we go.
Send them their way. Yes. Messages. Does it let you post the link?
Share your. Yeah, let me see. Let me see. Can I? I can't. So I'm just gonna send it in the chat real quick.
Okay. And then I can post it. And then
done. There you go.
Ignore the bottom of my arm.
I'm way ahead of you.
Thanks. We're dying. That's great. But no. There we go. Check it out. Here's the link.
Oh, good.
Posted. We did
Thank you.
Now,
teamwork
makes the dream work.
It's true.
These midnight shows just make us more delirious.
Clearly. So what was Chris's
real choice?
Number 1. What's the real choice?
Because he did only have 26 as an honorable mention. It's a mention, all right.
Yeah.
His real choice is Series 1, 2005.
Okay. Good. That's a good answer. I love that his seasons are back to back, basically.
There's a movie in between there.
There is one movie, but yes, it is
one movie.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right.
Okay. Do you have an honorable mention you want to go ahead and bring up?
I feel like my honorable mention would have been also Series 5 with Matt Smith, which Fish had also mentioned. But that's for me, and again, it's probably similar reasoning to some extent for Chris picking Series 1 of it. It proved that the show had staying power in a way that Series 1 proved that it was time for Doctor Who to be back, and they did know what to do. For me, Series 5 is just it's the first one. Again, it's the first one with a new showrunner. So again, it shows that the show can, even though he was involved in the previous series, new showrunner was the show can survive with the new showrunner. The show can survive with a new lead after David Tennant was crazy popular. He was, doing the equivalent of following up Tom Baker. And it was the first series finale since it came back that didn't rely on a main nostalgia villain like a Daleks, Cybermen, Master, Davros kind of situation. So for me, and I genuinely like the stories. Of course, I also thought Matt Smith was very good as the Doctor. I really like Amy and Rory. I like the Silurians, so it was nice seeing them back in a story that was pretty solid. It did a nice mix of, all right, don't worry, the Daleks are coming back, but also, you know, we're bringing back new old villains like the Weeping Angels, and like it did a lot of things it really needed to do to prove that the show had staying power for me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good choice.
Yeah.
Definitely one that I had to go ahead and consider.
Oh yeah.
My honorable mention, I am actually going to name the first season of Doctor Who I actually sat through, and I think that's Series 3. I love Series 3.
Yeah.
You have Blink. You have Utopia, which the reveal of the Master is one of the best. Just overall, you get
you're
hype,
right.
even as somebody who didn't know who the Master really was when I first watched. No idea, but right from the start with the Runaway Bride, technically because it's a Christmas special.
Yeah.
And then Smith and Jones, there's a good connection. There's the tension because David Tennant really needed Rose. Well, not needed Rose, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Really love that one. I also love Series 4 too, but it's got the Sontaran stratagem, and I have to go ahead and draw the line somewhere.
No, for sure. Series 4, I don't know, like I love the Doctor and Donna. I absolutely love them. I think they might be the David Tennant's best companion situation might be with Donna. I've definitely watched season 3 probably the most. Of New Who. I really love, again, like you were saying, the build up with, you know, Utopia into the finale. I love Human Nature, Family Blood. You know, and like you're saying, Blink. I mean, that's half the season, and they're all like, all of those are all timers, and I just named mostly the latter half of the season, and it was, you know, just knocking out the park over and over and over again.
Yeah, the Dalek one is a little rough. I still love it, but it's a little rough.
Yeah.
And then I actually like Gridlock.
Okay, yeah.
I like it a lot more than the first New York or New York. I enjoy it.
No, I agree.
Even though it's weird with the macro down there.
It's like the macro, but they're kind of different. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I think that if I had to go ahead and say that, it was either going to be that or actually Series 10. I love Series 10 a lot. I think it did an excellent job after going ahead, and we had 8 and 9, which I love Clara. I'm the only one on this panel that actually like really loves Clara.
That's fair.
But Series 10 with Bill and Peter Capaldi, yeah, I feel like he has settled in perfectly at that point. And then, you have the best finale. I think when you talk about finales, I think this might be the best. Yeah. But what are you going to say is your actual favorite? Though, actually, I'm sorry. I have to go ahead and bring up Matt Fish saying that Series 9 is his favorite. I love Series 9.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good choice.
But his shoulder's there. That's my problem. I'm sorry. It's the worst part of that whole season. Me. Fucking me. That two-parter is just... Oh, I pushed it from my mind so bad. that I can hardly remember the episode. All I know is that it has Maisie Williams in it. She's immortal now, and that's a bad thing. Okay, your
happen.
favorite.
No, you're good. I'm gonna go with Classic Who Series 18, Tom Baker's last season. It's
really?
Yeah, I am such a huge fan of that season. It does so much for me in a way that, like, and again, like, there are so many stories I would highlight that are maybe over the season, but talking about the season overall, like, I'm a big Peter Davison fan. There is not a single season of his that is a good enough season to be close to like to even be in like my top like 10 probably, you know, even though like he's probably one of my favorite doctors ever. You know, same thing with like Colin, same thing with, you know, like season 26 is up there for me, but like the other two Sylvester McCoy seasons, like definitely not. Silver Nemesis alone, like no. A lot of Tom Baker's seasons are either terrible or are uneven. Like, I really like half of so many Tom. There are so many Tom Baker seasons where I'm like, half of these are all timers, and the others are just so bad or so not worthy of best season. Like the Philip Hinecliffe era is packed with so many of my favorite Tom Baker stories, but every season of his has like a minimum of like 2 duds. Like not even just 1 dud. There's like at least like 2 duds in each of his seasons.
I don't know. I'm very surprised that that's your choice. I mean, I respect it.
No, so you know, I'm going at this over, you know, seasons, and it's also possible that if more of Patrick Troughton's season like stories were still in full existence, like series like season 5, like his second season, like him and Victoria, like I love that. If like Fury from the Deep existed, I would probably have to put that up. It might be my number 1, if not like top 2 or 3, because Tomb's great. Enemy of the World is outstanding. I really like Web of Fear a lot, and I'm thankful that we have almost all of it. I really like Ice Warriors. Again, I wish we had all of it. I know we're only missing 2 episodes, but like again, it's just these little things that I'm like, oh, if that existed in its entirety, that might be my favorite. And again, if I go through season-wise, I think I'm not, you know, talking out of school when I say William Hartnell has pretty strong duds in every season. Yeah. Or enough are missing that are like keys. Like so much of the Dalek Master Plan is missing. So much of some like Marco Polo's missing. Like some of these things that I feel are really important to like judge them. And then you also have, you know, Web Planet, you know, some of these other stories too that are just like gunfighters, or it's just like you don't get to be a full season. John Pertwee, again,
this is my surprise. I thought you were going to say like we reviewed it Inferno last week before. I thought you were going to say season 7 because
season 7 is high for me, but again, I'm like the Inferno and Spearhead are absolute favorites of mine, and I really like everything else, but you know, again, like it's Silurians, and yeah, I do love the Silurians. Like, it might be a top 5 season for me, but it's also like there's parts of it that in that season that it's like 3 7-parters in a row is a lot. And if I'm judging it by like a season, it ends up being tough with that. But and again, like 8 is great, but like Claws of Axis, like who cares? And
the duds start appearing after that. That's why it's so surprising, because season 7, even though 3 7-parters, it is a little long. Ambassadors to Death is actually still surprisingly really good.
Yeah.
The first time that I saw it, I didn't like it, but when we rewatched it for the channel, I was like, "What? This is actually very entertaining."
Yeah.
And honestly, it is one of those that might be up there. What's keeping you from season 13? Android Invasion.
It's Android Invasion and Planet of Evil. That's that season, right?
Yeah, it is.
I'm not a big fan of Planet of Evil.
That's right. Sure.
Those two, and like, but 13 again, like Pyramids of Mars, Brain of Morbius, I really like, Terror of the Zygons. But Seeds of Doom, we reviewed that on here, and again, like I was like, there's a lot of it I like and a lot of it I don't like. It was a pretty like, I was a little more divided on that one. But for me, with season 18, the weakest story is Megalos, and we get Jacqueline Hill back. So it's like, it's something that elevates that story to me. Like, for me, we get her back, and she's like not a heroic character. And this like there was stuff in it that works for me. Getting rid of 6-parters. The closest we would get to that would be the 3 Doctors, years after that. But going for all 4-parters, this was John Nathan Turner's strongest season, I thought. I think I know the common refrain on all of that is the longer John Nathan Turner was involved, or the more say he kind of had in the show, the weaker it got. And I'm not sure I entirely buy it, but I see the argument, and I think you can make a solid argument that was the case.
I think you can make that solid argument right now.
Yeah, no, I think you can. It's just I hate to
right now.
I hate, yeah, right. But that first season, like, again, just like updating the music, updating the intro credits, bring Barry Letts back as consulting producer. Terrence Dix was back for a story. Jacqueline Hill, like all these things, like the getting the master back in a real sort of way, and him being the only like returning villain that season. When you watch all the Doctor Who stuff before that, and then like the directing this season, like Leisure Hive is such a different kind of story, like direction wise, music wise. Like, you watch anything from season 17, even City of Death, which might be Tom Baker's best story. If it's not, it's right at the top. You then watch Leisure Hive, it's a different show in a way that I think is the most jarring since it went from black and white to color.
Okay. I don't think about Leisure Hive that much.
No, it's a really good story. I really like that one. You get the E-Space trilogy, which I really like a lot. It's again, like, it feels so fresh. It really gave Doctor Who a shot in the arm. You also got these very, like, bizarre stories like Warrior's Gate. Warrior's Gate is a story I absolutely love. And it's so different, again, from like what you would expect from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And it's a great departure story. It has some really great lines that really stick with me. I use, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it all the time to this day. I love the bit where they ask you, like, why do you believe him? Because he was running. What Romana says, like, it's such a quick, snappy story. It has such a compelling villain. I often think of the captain yelling, "I'm finally getting something done." and all of that. You completely reined in Tom, and in a way where I'm like, this is like, Tom just works so well this way. He was a different character by then. He had this kind of sadness to him that no other season he had. And I realized that, part of that is obviously his, like, strained relationship with Lala Ward that was, like, falling apart around that time. But, like, I think it just brought so much out in him in a way that was, again, it was very subtle. But the Doctor was not having fun anymore. And but it worked. Because things were getting more dire. And then, all leading up to just this cascade of events for the Master coming back in a really brilliant way. That it then just carries on into the next season. I think Castrovalva is a really strong story as well. And then I think you get Castrovalva, you get Earthshock, and I'd probably make the argument for Black Orchid. But Visitation's fine. Fort of Doomsday is rough, and Time Flight is just it's so bad. It's so bad. Wow. It's so painful, but yeah, you get Anthony Hanley bringing back the Master in a way that then was sustained for the rest of John Nathan Turner's run. And so many things are set up here. You get and they just smoothly write out, like, Romana and K9, and we get rid of a lot of the things that were kind of holding the show back. Like, the show felt like it matured that season.
But then we got Adric.
But I would argue that Adric's mostly bad because he doesn't work with Peter Davison.
Yeah, he does work a little better with Tom.
I like the dynamic he has with Tom, where, like, he's kind of, like, trying to, like, suck up to him, and Tom, like, kind of doesn't care.
Doesn't care at all.
And that to me works. And just like, and then Tom just, like, dealing with all of these people. Like, I wish we had the crowded TARDIS with Tom a little longer, but at the same time, we kind of got the perfect amount. Like, Logopolis is, like, how you go out with that story. And that was it was really sort of just a well done ending that tied into things that were present throughout the rest of the season. You really started getting stories that were doing more with science fiction again. Doctor Who hadn't really been a sci-fi show in a long time. But, it was a science fantasy show with a lot of, jargon speak, but like they were trying to use actual scientific theories that season. So you'd have like stuff like that going on in things like Leisure Hive, in Warrior's Gate, in Full Circle, in Logopolis. Like it was so refreshing to be back to being a sci-fi show, to being back to dealing with that sort of stuff, to getting rid of Romana but still having like a sciencey space girl again. I really liked I like this a lot. I like Zoe a lot. I like those kind of companions. Wendy is going to be at Long Island Who, and I'm going to be there next month. So
lucky.
So that'll be nice. It'll be her and Jamie, Fraser Hines, and Carol Ann Ford's going to be there. So I might have to get an autograph from Carol Ann Ford, because I should say that about all three of them, but like she's the last of that first episode cast regulars that are still around. So like,
yeah. Do all you can.
Yeah.
Rachel, season 7. We talked about season. If we're talking about the same season 7, you mean?
I hope so.
I don't think you mean series 7. You mean season 7, because we already talked about that. That's a very good honorable mention.
No, I love that season so much. Like you're right. It is.
Sean's is series 5, which we've talked about. That was an honorable mention. Well,
yeah. No, it's easily one of the best.
And my favorite is the wrong answer, according to most people, but it's going to be season 23. It's going to be Trial of Time Lord. I tried beating around like, okay, well, I like this one a lot, and I like this. I'm choosing a season that doesn't have the Daleks in it. Do you know how insane that is?
No, I get it. I mean,
I love
it. Yeah, I did too, but it's.
But no, I mean, I seriously just this was the season that made me just love Colin Baker. Like,
yeah,
and I watched it multiple times now. I know that we should probably do it again for the channel, because the episode that we did is deep in the archives, which I could post and we could compare it. But I love it. I love the Time Lord drama. I love the Valyard. It's excellent. It's exciting. I even love the little stories in between. I know a lot of people give what is it? A lot of people give Terror of the Vervoids a lot of shit, but I like it. I like that the Doctor point where he has to, like, he feels guilty about it, but he's got to kill the plant monsters because they're going to destroy life.
I like Terror of the Vervoids a lot. I think I'm blanking on the name of it now, but the one before that with Syl, I feel like that's a little weaker. Yeah.
But the thing is, it is a little weaker, but it gets saved by the fact that the Doctor gets stolen in the middle of the story. Yeah. And that's when he gets to the trial. That's the part that just makes it click. And it's like,
yeah,
it is a mess. It is an absolute mess, but it is a beautiful mess. It is absolutely a mess that Doctor Who should be able to make.
And I do love that we get Brian Blessed in it. Like, it's so insane that Brian Blessed is in Doctor Who, and that's the story he's in.
Oh, the teaser for the collection for season 23. Nicole O'Brien looks over and says, "Well, at least you didn't have to get married to Brian Blessed." I laugh every time.
Oh my god, no, but yeah, that's
It's just, it is my favorite, just solid season of Doctor Who. And I just love it.
Yeah, I get it.
And I think we're done. We did it. Yeah. So you've had it. You've had our favorites. Chris's from afar said that it was series 1. You said season 18?
Yeah, 18, yeah.
18. And I'm season 23. Yep. Hopefully we'll get some more answers next week, probably. I know Gevain was interested in talking about this, so I'm sure.
No, for sure. I think the thing I like about it, though, is there are more good answers than not. And despite everything I was saying before, if someone was just like, season 8, the way they brought the Master back and how he did it, and yeah, maybe Clause of Access wasn't like the best, but I think, Joe and all these other aspects of it make it work, I would be like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, you're right. Yeah, it's good. So, for the more of Doctor Who than not, like if someone was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care that the video's missing out a bunch of it, I'm saying season 5. I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
More power to you. There you go.
Absolutely. It should be that,
We just know that there are a few absolutely wrong answers, and we're not going to talk about that. So
no.
We
talked enough about 2 of those answers
for the past 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna. When I made the thumbnail today and I put shooting on there, I was like, I don't know why I'm putting it on here, man. I'm sorry. You're not even going to get real mention.
No, I mean, yeah, that's a oof.
Oh well. That is our show. We will be back next week with more. What we'll do, you'll have to wait and find out. Find out next time here on MMWaB.
I don't even know.
Who's gonna know? Good night. Farewell. Alonze.